Hello everybody, I'm Scott Johnson, your county manager here in Columbia County. I'm joined today by our Director of Community Services, John Luton. John, thanks for being with us today.
Appreciate you having me.
And we're talking SPLOST and just some of the upgrades that we're looking to do if the SPLOST passes here in Columbia County. Really trying to educate the public. Today we're here at Blanchard Park, one of Columbia County's oldest parks, and we're standing on the tennis courts that have been restriped in some places for pickleball, which is a big deal. We've added that to the SPLOST this year. So, John, talk a little bit about this park in general and the need for upgrades, and then maybe we'll talk about some pickleball too.
Yeah, sure. So, Blanchard Park, the county's oldest park, early 70s is about when it was built. It is probably the highest on the priority list of needing upgrades and improvements. So, we hope to use this SPLOST coming up for sort of a total revamp of the amenities here and the orientation of fields and parking and everything to go along with the adjoining Martinez Park project that's happening now. So one thing that we think this would be a good location for, sort of a pickleball complex, 8 to 12 fields. Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the country. It's seen, I believe, a 40% increase since 2019. So
awesome. And you mentioned youth sports. You know, I know we've had a lot of conversations about this. We had a record number of youth sign up in Columbia County, and we're literally in a lot of places out of field space, right?
Yes, field space is at a very high demand. We've seen a 22% increase since 2019 in our in-house programs. We're between 7,000 and 8,000 youth on an annual basis, and that's only for our in-house programs. We still have independent youth associations such as the Bulls and other organizations. That number doesn't count them, and those are growing as well. So we are, especially when we're in season in our heavy months in the spring and the fall, there is not a blade of grass that we don't use. So we cannot build fields and athletic venues fast enough to keep up with the growth here. So this SPLOST would really address some of those.
So yeah, one in particular, right, we're talking about doing a big park south of I-20. When I say big park, I mean a multi-purpose park like Patriots, where we could actually take in some of that growing community out there, and have, you know, really Patriots kind of rebooted, but the new version of that, and that's going to give us a lot of opportunity for those kids to be able to have a place to play on that side of the county as well.
That'll also help us continue with our regionalized approach that we've introduced a few years ago with our youth sports. Parents really appreciate the ability to sort of, I want to sign up and play at Riverside, I want to sign up and play at Patriots, so that you don't have multiple kids going all across the county. So as we continue to expand our park system, we can expand that concept of regionalized registration.
And that helps with transportation planning as well. So, you know, if we don't have as many people on the road in the afternoon, we don't have to build that extra lane of traffic. So there's a lot that goes into how we try to program those things. You know, you mentioned the organized sports. We've got a really exciting thing coming with the park in the Riverwood area over by Grace Baptist. We bought that land over there a couple of years ago. We do have money in this SPLOST to potentially build a park there. And we were having a problem with the terrain. So you guys came up with a really good idea about what we could do. So talk a little bit about what we might have there.
Yeah, I think the terrain out there, Riverwood Park, sets up well for a lot of mountain biking activities. And that's certainly been a community that has stepped forward and said, hey, we need more. So we've listened to that, and I think that's sort of the perfect spot. So we're looking at, we hope that'll have several amenities, sort of like a regional park as well. We think in particular that area sets up well for some mountain bike trails. Gateway Tournament Complex.
Yep, that's great.
So that's right off of I-20, right back behind the exhibition center, which is a perfect location for a complex where you want to draw tournaments. So you'll be able to have folks coming from Atlanta, folks coming from Columbia, right off the interstate. So, but while we want to design that with tournaments in mind, that complex wouldn't just sit there during the week unused. So that would also be a local use. We would program for local programs and local sports during the week as well for that, and then tournaments on the weekend. So,
John, that's a really good point. You know, people coming from out of town to a regional tournament complex like that, those are the people that are going to be coming in and spending money in Columbia County, and they'll be paying for those facilities that aren't necessarily taxpayers in Columbia County. So the burden's not going to be on us as taxpayers in Columbia County. we're going to draw from the outside to help pay for the amenities that we get to enjoy every day. Well, I appreciate you joining us today. If you have any questions about the SPLOST list, you're welcome to call our office at County Administration. You're welcome to call John's office, Community Services Division. We'll be glad to answer any questions. And don't forget to like, follow, and share our videos, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care.